It is June the 13th, 2019, and this is another test series of clips on the Olympus E-M10 Mark II. As for focusing, I found you have to set in settings A the focusing to the center area, and then in settings B link that setting to the super control panel. This is also a pleasure trip into the city. It's the monthly Morris Major meeting that's retired Morris dancers and musicians. I won't get the whole tying up procedures because I want to be on it. Bit of a queue. I'm catching the 9:30 ferry. I am now on the ferry and she's turning round. It's not the Kia, so she can only go forward one way. Another ferry arriving. As to the focusing, it's the continuous focusing that's suspicious. Before I start a video clip, I always press the single focusing button first. Sorry about the rocking. This is the cause. Area is in town again. 42mm lens. Changing lenses on a moving ferry is a bit of a performance. I do have the 4150mm lens as well. It was part of the kit. On this wide lens, the focusing should not be that critical. On the train to Newmarket. The last time I did this video, I had trouble with focusing. That video indicated that the camera focused on the dust of the window. Hopefully I'm now close enough with the lens to the window so it cannot focus on dust. Now, when the train comes out of the tunnel, will it be able to focus on the landscape again, or will it stay close because it's now focusing on the reflections? This train's very close.
We are now arriving at Newmarket. Change here for Southern and Western Line services. To open the door, press the green button when lit.
Last time I was here at the Auckland Memorial Museum must have been probably 5 years ago, when I was playing accordion for the City of Auckland Morris Dancers. The meeting of veterans in that I've just left. I'm on the eastern side. The entrance is now around the back, or at least it was last time I was here. Maybe they've changed it again. Soon find out. Looks like I'm going the right way. This looks like it's the entrance still after 5 years. Except it has changed after all. I'm still walking around the building. That is promising. That is where I came from. And this is the entrance as I remember it from years and years and years ago. Now, can I zoom in without losing focus? Looks like I can. Excellent. As I said, a 14 to 42 millimeter zoom lens is on the camera at the moment. This is where I just came in, and it is the old entrance. Just panning around. And here at the counter they told me that I got a free entrance. They didn't even demand my driver's license to prove that I'm resident in Auckland. There you go. I'm going to do selective bits from here on. Gallery entrances have changed. You can't go through there anymore. You can't go through here. You can't go through there anymore. Maori immigrants from the Pacific came here before the Europeans did. I think I go that way. This is a waka, which is a rowing boat. They are still being used in competition. Some of them also have sails. My intention is to give you an incentive to visit this museum. So I am not going to do everything in detail here. Going the other way on the ground floor. Getting technical again, I'm also seeing whether the image stabilization on video works. At least as well as I'm used to on my pocket zoom camera. Let these people go past. I haven't read the text, but I'm guessing that this map shows the immigration path of the Maori. Here is the Maori text. And here's the English text. If you want to read it all, pause the video. Here is one of the few exhibits that has not changed its position since I immigrated in 1972. You can get a lift up to the first floor, but I'm going to take the steps. No museum is complete without dinosaur skeletons. This is a view from the first floor of the entrance. These kiwi birds are still alive in the wild, but the only ones I've seen are in captivity. Last time I was here, one of the exhibits said that the volcanic eruption in Auckland was overdue, and that was 18 years ago. This is a section I need to look through some other time. Today I'm just doing an overview what's here after all those years where I haven't visited this place. Up on the second floor, New Zealand losses in the First World War were more horrendous than those in the Second World War. There's not a place in New Zealand which didn't lose people in those wars. I was born in Switzerland, which was neutral in both wars. But having lived here since 1972, I get a sense of the loss. A Spitfire from the Second World War. The Merlin engine powered practically all the fighters on the British side, and many of their bombers as well, if not all of them. The fallen from the First World War. These wars served as the motivation for creating this museum and keeping it alive and functioning. From World War II, the Japanese Zero. Took a few years until the Americans had planes that could outmaneuver and outrun the Zero. Back to the Spitfire. A few of them are still flying. I haven't been here for so long. I'm confusing myself a bit. This is still on the second floor. Decades ago, this Second World War German flying bomb was more dominantly displayed than it is now. This is the best view I can get now. When I was in Britain, I was working for a photographic technician who remembers half a street and Dover where he lived being wiped out by a B-2. I didn't maintain contact with him once I came to New Zealand. I'm still on the top floor. The entrance is 2 floors underneath my feet, but I'll have a job getting to it. These kids have been allowed to go through the screen. I thought the screen was there so you wouldn't go through it. This sign implies I'm allowed to go out here, so I will. From the front entrance on a good day you can see the North Shore from here. But not today. And I didn't bring my rain jacket. Here's the Sky Tower. See it through the rain. Turning left. These cars point in the direction of Grafton Road, which will lead me eventually to Queen Street, and I go down that way to get to the ferry. I thought the rain would stop on the way from the museum to this plant house. Can't show you the sign on it because the camera is not weatherproof. Here are some of the plants. Maybe you can hear the rain. I don't know the name of the plants, but they're nice to look at anyway. It must be a decade or more since I've been here last time.
Wow.
Yes. Thank you. This greenhouse is warm and humid. I came in here in the hope that the rain would stop by the time I finished. I used to have a white variety of these at home in Devonport. It's just stopping to rain, and I am at the cover of the bus stop outside Auckland Hospital. And this is Auckland Hospital. And there's a lot of it. This is Grafton Road, and Grafton Bridge is in that direction. The rain has stopped. But probably only temporarily. Down this way would be quicker to the ferry. But there's no shelter anywhere that I remember. So I go this way over Grafton Bridge. Now I am looking down Karangahape Road in a westerly direction and panning right. This is Queen Street where I'm heading down. And there are far more shelter opportunities than going down past the Grafton Gully. This tricky tour was a bit unintended. Here's looking up Queen Street where I just came from. This is Victoria Street. And this is the Sky Tower, which I've shown you before. Another cycle for pedestrians. Panning now down Queen Street, which is where I'll be going in a minute. Some street musicians are better than others. I think this is a good one. So here is the Pacific area again, and you can tell that the weather is still very changeable. It's just spitting very slightly, so I better put the camera away again soon. I just gone to the ferry and the seas are a bit wet, and I want the video going out from Auckland. There you go. Catching the 3:30 ferry. Asking. Because the Pacific area is meant to leave at 4 o'clock. So will the weather last until she's gone? In anticipation of the departure of the Pacific area, I've changed over from the 14 to 42mm lens to the 40 to 150mm lens. As I zoom,
thanks for travelling with us today. We will shortly be arriving at our destination. For your own safety, please remain seated. If standing, ensure you hold onto the handrails until the vessel is safely alongside. We also ask you to take a quick look around to ensure you have all your belongings. Please help us dispose of waste responsibly by sorting your items into the correct bins. Our crew are on hand if you require any assistance. Thanks, and ka kite anō.
There you go. With this lens I can zoom in. We're nearly arriving in Devonport. I'll be walking around Queen's Parade, find a seat near a tree so that if the rain does come up I can take shelter. And this was the ferry I was on. Getting technical again. I can see as I'm zooming some loss of focus and then she regains focus again. But the camera is not hunting nearly as much as she did when I first got here. As mentioned before, I've done two things. I linked the function 1 button to AF Home and I got a faster memory card. The menu in this Olympus E-M10 Mark II is much bigger than that in my pocket zooms. My guess is that the camera needs the extra time to go through all the steps. If you got a cart slowing down the camera, you're not helping yourself. So the extra expense of getting a Pro type cart rated at 150 megabytes per second seems to be worth my while. I'm now using the digital zoom. I sat down leaning my arm on the bench backrest for a bit more stability. And when this guy just ran past, the camera still focuses, as far as I can tell, through the viewfinder on the Kia. Now I'm panning back. And here is the Pacific area at maximum optical zoom and maximum digital zoom. This is the bench I'm going to sit on. This is the distance to the nearest tree. It's all a compromise because I don't want these yachts in the picture when I'm panning with the Pacific area. So I don't think I need a digital zoom from this position. And while I'm waiting for the cruise ship departure, here's another ferry. The way this one was appearing, this may be one from Waiheke. That was a very quick turnaround. This camera has both sensor stabilization and digital stabilization, which moves the image around on the sensor. But the few times I tried total stabilization, both digital and sensor, I felt that when panning, the digital stabilization was overcorrecting. So I got sensor stabilization only. Before I started this clip, I pressed the shutter button to get single automatic focusing. Then I started the video clip, and hopefully she will retain focus all the way through. And the Pacific area is definitely moving. Lots of traffic just now. as the Pacific area is backing out, she's also turning westwards. Left hand down a bit. This will take a bit of time. So now the Pacific area is just moving away from the two yachts in the front. Always try to get this cruise ship moving in front of the Sky Tower. In a few seconds we will see the ferry that we just seen before moving into, hopefully in front, yes, he's in front of the Pacific area. This is about the closest that she will be from where I am sitting. So I am not used. Full optical zoom is 150 millimeters. And she's now going past Victoria Wharf, where the ferry leaves from. Sorry about the railing in the picture. And that is, I think, where I'll leave her. Technically, I think all the cliffs come out as I expected. And I would say by now I understand the E-M10 Mark II from Elizabeth well enough to do as good a job as I've done for years on the Olympus pocket zooms. It is the 13th of June 2019 and I am Henry Faulkner.